noontime thing-a-majigger. We don't know what it's called yet, but thanks for joining us.
Noon Mountain Cam that was brought to you by Burrell Technologies, your experts in lighting, sound,
That's right. Well, there
and
you go.
video. There's Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Steve's trying to fix lighting.
Oh, it's called, how many wrinkles does Todd have? Ow. So anyway, funny thing, our dear friend Jen and her guy, Ryan, came over yesterday holding like 5 pieces of wrapped white butcher paper meat, right? And they came and they drop it on the countertop. It's frozen. And I said, and I kind of knew what was going on because Ryan bought a cow. He bought
it wasn't alive at the time, right?
No.
Okay, that's good.
It was a year and a half old, and he had pre-ordered it.
Okay, I really don't want to know more about the cow. That's going to make me feel
worse.
It
came in white packages. And so they went out and they bought a 10 cubic foot freezer. And literally, and Ryan is so meticulous.
Yes.
This is like playing Tetris for him, with a hamburger down here and this, and then over, and this one comes down, and the roast goes here. So I
hadn't thought of that Tetris. That's very funny.
They finally ran out. They ran out of room in their dad's freezer and their freezer because it was like 700 pounds.
And unfortunately, you also like to wildly over-prepare, so all of our freezers were full already.
Because I keep forgetting to eat out of them. And I just keep buying more. And I'm like, another good deal. So they basically said, okay, this is what we're going to do. Do you have any room? And I went, he goes, okay, we're going to give you meat for a future dinner that you're going to cook us.
That seems reasonable.
It is. So here's some T-bones, stuff like that. And I kind of slid them where I could and stuff like that. And they've done this evidently with 3 of their friends. They've gone around.
See, it's a brilliant way to get dinner later on.
So we are going to have dinner right here. You're going to cook it.
We've supplied the meat.
And we're going to leave it here in your freezer. I thought that was funny.
Are you going to mention the cow tongue?
They gave me a cow tongue, too.
Now, see, Todd did Cooking with Todd and the Toddler with our adorable daughter, Zoe, when she was like a year and a half. And they had done cow tongue.
She left the building.
Beef tongue at the time. And he actually fed it to her without me knowing about it. And and my sweet innocent baby's like, more. And I'm like, what? You gave our daughter a taste for cow tongue?
It goes in her mouth, and she says, more. More. No, if you know, and I like to cook weird stuff, and I understand, but I'm like the evil Knievel of foods that'll make you scared. And so the cow tongue is like huge. I knew it from the Jewish delis back east, and the cow tongue sandwiches were like really good. If you take the thing off that tastes you back, the skin.
Isn't that like the whole thing?
That cat tongue thing. You take all that off, and it just becomes this little loaf of incredible beefy flavored stuff, and it's really good. Anyway, the point being is I have that now, but I also have 3 others, and they're frozen. So how do you thaw? You can't really refreeze meat.
You can, I guess, but do you want? I know. I've got it. There's a piece of glitter right between my eyes. Oh, by the way, hi Heather and hi April. Happy afternoon. They both said maybe we should be the Todd and Erin Good Afternoon. We're still working on a title for this show. It's like a work in progress.
Can you see right here? Can you see my neck? So yesterday, we're going to show you a video of this, but I have taken 2 showers, and Erin attacked me with handfuls of glitter.
You were judging me. You were wearing lobster pants and you were judging me.
It's everywhere. I brush my teeth. I spit out the toothpaste. There was glitter in the toothpaste. I'm scared to go to the bathroom. I'm like a unicorn.
Sorry.
Well, no, you're not sorry. We're going to show you how bad that was.
That'll teach you not to. You were judging me. You were in lobster pants and you were judging.
We're going to find out the videos at the end. But there's another video, too. It's for Easter and stuff. I do a lot of cooking, but you jump in.
And I appreciate that so much.
And you jump in and you do baking and stuff like that. And you're up against your whole family. And they're like, ooh. And it intimidates you just a tiny bit.
No, it's just that my mother's a fantastic cook and she's a great baker. And my sisters are both do farm-to-table crap.
I think this is a hell of an accomplishment.
But this was my go-to dessert. I felt like I could do this one, and I could teach Zoe. Right. It could be like a bonding moment of whatever.
Here we go.
Oh my Lord, Erin, what are you doing? You need everything. You need all the first aid. What are you doing?
I'm making Tunnel of Love angel food cake for Easter, as you well know.
Zoe, you know the story about the Wonder Wand, don't you?
Yes.
Erin, why don't you tell people what happened? That's why I'm here with the emergency first aid kit.
You can tell them, Zoe.
She put her finger in it and it was bleeding for about 12 hours.
Is that true?
Yes, I was making you lemon bars for Christmas morning, and for whatever incredible reason, when it got stuck here, I put my finger in to clear it out, and my finger was still on the on button, and I pressed it. Fortunately, our neighbor across the street is a doctor, and she came over and looked at it and said, if it doesn't stop bleeding in like another 2 hours, go to the emergency room.
Lemon bars aren't supposed to be pink.
You know, some people would just be appreciative that I tried.
You know, I have to say that you are one of the most attractive women who lives in Whoville, because your hair is amazing.
I just wanted to get it out of my face.
It's amazing. It really is. All right.
Joey, Daddy's making fun of Mommy.
So we're making
Yes.
whipped cream. What are we making whipped cream?
All right, this is Tunnel of Love cake. So you start with this.
Uh-huh.
This is marshmallows. This is a bag of marshmallows, half a cup of chocolate chips,
Right.
a little bit of salt and some water. You
Right.
melt it very carefully over the stove till it gets to about this consistency.
Uh-huh.
Now we whip the cream into a soft cake, so we're going to fold that into this,
Okay.
and then it will be time for the tearing.
Oh, the tearing of the
Dun, dun,
cake.
dun, dun.
Make it go. Danger! Danger! Danger!
Your dad is so immature.
He's a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we survived that part. Okay, what's next?
All right, this is the tearing of the cake. This is something the daughter, as savage as Zoe, will enjoy. So,
Have we
now-
washed hands?
Yes, we have.
Yes, we have.
Decent
Okay.
human beings actually bake their angel food cakes, but that would involve, effort.
Effort, right.
So why would I do that? But
Right.
here's what we do. Now, Zoe, we want to have room inside the cake to do all of the yummy chocolate stuff. So what we're going to do is very carefully,
So you're not taking it all out?
we're just very carefully try to leave all of the sides intact.
Right.
So you want to keep the sides intact, okay? So we're just doing this from the
Now,
top.
a lot of people don't know, but if you listen, you can actually hear the angel screaming. Ready? Listen.
I'm sorry, he's your daddy. He's the only one I could find at the time. Now, this is
What's that?
Now leave this side of the sides protected. Now, unfortunately, this is a smaller cake, so it's kind of showing on that side, but we'll fix that with whipped cream frosting.
Tunnel of Love, angel food cake, and we're back.
You know that none of the angels really screamed, right, Zozo?
You watch him just that
Yeah.
his weird
Okay.
voice.
Okay. so
Whatever.
Now what we have the little chunks of cake that we just pulled out of the angel food cake, and if you see, the exterior is
Right.
more or less still the same.
What
right?
about the low parts here?
Like my grandmother used to say, paint or whipped cream frosting can cover a multitude of sins. Okay?
We said that on our honeymoon. Go ahead.
But there's no paint for here, so we use whipped cream. Okay, Zoe, next thing we do is we're going to pull some of our whipped cream mixture, about half of it, because we've got another cake to do. Okay. Now we are very gently going to fold this in. Remember the folding thing? Will you do that? Remember, folding is not stirring, it's sort of very gently. Gently.
That's what it is.
There, now it's
There, now you're folded.
there we go.
Now where's that go?
Now what we're going to do, Missy, oh, that's good. Okay, now we're going to very carefully spoon these chunks back into the cake.
Oh, drone cam. I have no idea what this looks like.
Fortunately, drones are silent, but Dad's still going to try. Don't encourage him. When you laugh, you encourage him. You know you're encouraging him, right?
We'll be back after you fill it up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where you going now?
I'm going to go put these in our downstairs fridge because we don't have enough room in the upstairs fridge.
Can I just turn this one slightly? Oh, it's the much desired volcano lava. You better put it in the fridge really quick. Okay. Careful, 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 careful.
I'm so going to smack you when
I love you. I'm gonna go hide.
That was good. All right. So this is the whipped cream you do for the outside of the cake. Because if you look at the cake, it really doesn't look that pretty. Kind of, don't touch my cake. Even my mom will tell you it's gorgeous. It will look better when it's frozen. Chocolate. Anything with chocolate is gorgeous. Thank you.
Okay, what do we have?
This is Nana's infamous Tunnel of Love Easter cake. So the only thing I did is I covered up the inside by putting another layer of whipped cream on the outside.
Nice.
And then some robin's eggs
Oh
for
wait,
color.
this one's prettier because look at the sunlight.
You're
Oh.
saying that because Jen frosted that one. You're judging me again.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You've always
It's
liked
gorgeous. Happy Easter.
How about them mashed potatoes? See? You cover anything with frosting. It was actually really good. I kid you.
enjoyed it.
I kid you too much.
No, you
I'm just trying to get even for what you do to me.
for all the torment that I visited upon you in your life,
Yes.
and will continue to do so in the
Yes,
future.
and I still have glitter. All right, concert
Serves you
change.
right.
Change of venue. What's going on?
Yeah, change of venue. This is pretty cool. If you went to Loveloud last summer, then you already know it's kind of the brainchild of Imagine Dragons frontman Dan Reynolds. Of
I
course,
don't
he's
know
a
what this
Utahn.
is, so tell me.
Okay, well, Dan's a Utahn, and he was taking a look at some of the statistics because we've just had this brutal bout of suicides with LGBT youth,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like an insanely high rate, much worse than any other rate of any other kind of population.
Really?
And he said,
Oh,
maybe-
yeah, I actually knew that.
Yeah, and he said, especially with trans, it's heartbreaking. So he thought, what if we did something that would relate with suicide prevention, that would bring the community together? They could ask about ways to create a safer community, that we could feel loved together.
Resources.
So he put a spectacular concert together last summer, and of course this was down at the Brent Brown Ballpark down in Provo.
Okay.
So they're doing it again, but they're going to move it up here to Salt Lake City because it was really, really popular. So they wanted to get it just a little bit bigger. So they had 17,000 people at the ballpark in
Oh
Orem.
my gosh.
So now the second one's going to be at Rice Eccles Stadium, and tickets are going to go on sale this Friday. They can be bought online, 10 a.m. I'm excited
And
to
that
see
holds
it.
like what is it? Like the old one held like
bunch.
22,000 or something. The new one is like, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful though because it's such a great success. I mean, Steve Young was there last year, and he was throwing Nerf footballs out into the crowd and
Killing people.
No, but
Just use it.
But the important thing though is
You can still throw.
there were a lot of really cool role models there that were trying to talk about treating each other with kindness and compassion and what it meant and what that meant to people and how we could do
yeah.
it. It's one of the most positive things I think I've ever seen
That's very
socially
cool.
wise. So I adore him for that.
Now the Utahn doing well. Someone gave him $2.5 million.
Nice.
He's got a new program, a new system, a new app, like Airbnb. So what you do is you go online and with your friends, and there's certain qualifications you have to do, just like you do with Airbnb, where you can go and rent someone's house or
Rent a
apartment,
bedroom or
or a basement apartment, so you can come skiing in Salt Lake City, and it's cheaper. It's kind of cool, and there are some security things that they take care of, which is great. But now this new one is basically, hi, do you have a garage? My car, I want to put my car in it, and that's not a euphemism. This is actually what they want to do. This is like Tinder. No, this is like, hey, I got a motorcycle, or hey, I've got a shed out back. Do you need to store some stuff?
basement storage room. I was actually going online. It's called Neighbor, and I went on to take a look at some of the stuff there.
Right.
And they did. They had some small sheds, some garages. There were a couple of basement places where you could go in. You could store all your boxes. But it's basically Airbnb for your storage.
I'm gonna go on
And that's
and
really
check,
genius.
because we have an old crappy trailer, which we call the old crap. So anyway, usually, and from storing it, it's $60 to $65 a month. You know, if you have something brand new and spanky, you know, you're like, yeah, that's pretty good. But if you have an older, 69,
I love our trailer. Don't
I do
mock
too,
our
I do.
trailer.
But I'm gonna go on and see if I can find a cheaper place. You know, people have outdoor storage units for RVs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna check that out as well.
I thought that was really good. So anyway, 2.5 million. So the system is already up and running. You can go online. It's neighbor.com. But
I think it's a cool idea.
I have to admit, I would have a hard time storing stuff at somebody else's house because I could just picture them going through my boxes going, that is a hideous picture of you as a 10-year-old.
And you show up and they,
That's your high school yearbook.
And you show up and they're wearing your teddy. And he's like 6'4" and a hairy back. And he wants to be called Gwendolyn. Covered with glitter as I.
You just made me snort laugh. That's
There you
awful.
go. But I think about, what I thought about this is such a good idea, is during the winter I see these motorcycles parked in the road during the whole winter, and they're getting, the plows are throwing snow on them and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And how much room does a motorcycle take? It's just like, no. It's like 10 by 5, you know?
Or somewhere to store your expensive bikes during the winter or something like that.
This is true.
But yeah, but personal storage items, I just...
Yeah, keep your teddies close to your whatever.
Time for us to go to Daisy. She's in the Get Part Daily
think?
newsroom. She is brought to you by Always Black Friday, 30 to 75% off every day. Utah credit approval. Bad things happen to good people, but look, you can still get your credit repaired, and you can get a reliable automobile, usually within 1 day, with UtahCreditApproval.com. And all Utah plumbing, heating, and air. This is a good time to check out your swamp cooler or your air conditioner at allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Hello, everyone. Here's what's making news on Tuesday, April 3rd on GetPartDaily.com. A South Jordan man severely injured in a Tooele County dirt biking accident has died. Matthew Ballard, devoted husband and father of 6, was tossed from his bike after hitting a rock Friday afternoon and sent flying 75 feet into an adjacent rock quarry. Ballard was flown to Intermountain Medical Center in Murray, where he underwent emergency surgery. He passed away late Monday afternoon. A GoFundMe account has been established in the family's name. Funeral services have been announced for Riley Powell and Breezy Otterson, the teenagers who went missing in late December and whose bodies were recovered last week from an abandoned mine in Utah County. Powell and Otterson, who were 18 and 17, will be laid to rest after services on April 14th, a week from this Saturday. The funeral will be at 11 a.m. at the LDS Church in Tooele at 180 South Coleman Street. An acquaintance of Powell has been charged with a double murder. 41-year-old Jared William Baum is charged with the crimes, and his girlfriend, Morgan Henderson, is charged with obstruction of justice. And the Utah Department of Transportation has announced its list of the top 10 construction projects for 2018, including the $450 million technology corridor on Interstate 15. UDOT crews will work on 188 highway construction projects scheduled across the state this year, with a combined value of $1.46 billion. Planned improvements range from small sidewalk and streetlight installations to the rebuilding of a 12-lane section of urban freeway. One of the biggest projects is the widening of I-15 in Salt Lake County by adding a new southbound lane from 2100 South to 12300 South. Work will begin this spring and is expected to be completed in late 2019. And time now for a look at the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by our wonderful new sponsors at Brio Technologies, Utah's most amazing audiovisual specialists, and by Magic Wash, home of the long-lasting ceramic car wash, with an outlet in South Ogden and a brand new state-of-the-art facility on Antelope Drive in Layton. After a couple of blustery days, we're back in the sunshine, although it's actually a lot cooler than we were over the Easter weekend. High temps Tuesday along the Wasatch Front will creep into the lower 50s, although we bounce back into the low to mid 60s Wednesday and Thursday under partly cloudy skies. That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GetPartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
I gotta tell you, thanks Daisy, I could watch the UDOT thing all day long.
It is weirdly satisfying, isn't it?
It's like, I feel like, projects we do is like laborious and da-da. These guys are moving like buildings of concrete, like, and they get it done. And it's just like, that's so rewarding to me.
Any kind of resolution is rewarding, because none of our personal home projects ever get finished. And so you look at that and you're like, that's finished. Look, it's all tidy and that's so nice. And the governor's going to cut a ribbon on it next week and it'll be great.
Make people hungry. Go.
Are you kidding? April, Nothing Bundt Cake, celebrating her 10th anniversary. It's this Saturday. I am going to be there from 9 to 11. I want you to join us. Here's why. Number one, there's cake. Look at this. Look at this. The gloriousness of cream cheese frosting that is amazingly rich and wonderful, and then of course all the different flavors of the cakes. Todd and I are particularly attracted to the red velvet, the white chocolate chips, pretty amazing.
Yeah, when I find it, and usually it's the empty box in the basement. Not maybe, never mind.
But this is a really good time to come by because she's going to have 25% off all the retail, which all of her adorable stuff. If you are one of the first 50 people in line and you get a purchase, then you get a one free buntlet every month for an entire year.
Which
and
is
it's
like
also,
a gift from the heavens.
Exactly, and buy one get one free buntlets all day long. So basically, it's like a fantastic event. We're going to have tons and tons of treats there, tons of prizes, but most importantly, there will be cake.
All right.
10389 South State Street in Sandy. That is Nothing Bunt Cakes, the Sandy location.
Tell me something good.
This is pretty cool.
This
you ready?
No, this is more than cool. This is like people come.
Well, especially
Nights on a horse.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons this hit me this hard, because teachers in Kentucky and Indiana, a couple of other places, are actually walking out because their pensions are getting slashed and they have no money. And these are and teachers, if they've been in it a while, they're spending their own money to get supplies for kids a lot of times. They're spending their own money to fulfill better educational opportunity. And
so they just decided to go through and, like, in the background in the dark closet, they said, let's just cut their pensions. This is money they have put away, and this is money that they have depended on that will be a fixed income when they retire.
That's literally taking their own money away from them. But
Right.
And that's what makes it so hard for me, because this seems like this should be the most precious resource we have. Because we all say, hey, we passed those resolutions going, we're for kids. We like them. We support the family, right up to the point where, So this is why I love this. Donors Choose is a nonprofit crowdfunding website, and it allows U.S. public school teachers to raise money for their classroom projects.
Which is cool.
I'm going to go on there, by the way, and ask Miss Blank to do something.
This is from Utah.
Isn't that darling? Oh. But see, this is what I love. So that band teachers can ask for instruments, or science teachers can say, I need lab equipment. Kindergarten teachers can ask.
Bug puppets.
One teacher even asked for help raising money to take her environmental science class on a field trip to the Grand Canyon. Well, here's the deal. There were more than 35,000 teacher requests on the website earlier this week. Yesterday, every one of them was filled.
Get out of here.
Every single one.
Get
Ripple
out.
is a startup company based out of San Francisco. They donated $29 million in cryptocurrency to Donors Choose. They wanted to grant every single wish that was on the website at that moment. And so all these teachers, I'm almost in tears, because all these teachers woke up the next morning and they went clunk, and it was like,
there it is.
There's your gift to satisfied. You're ready to go. They say this is the largest single virtual currency gift to charity in history.
That's cool.
And I just love the idea of, I wish I could have been the president, that I could go, what would be the most fun thing, awesome thing I could do right now?
Right.
Teachers, click, you all get it.
Right.
I mean, imagine how much joy that would bring. The pleasure of being able to click that key and fund all of their wishes.
So we can do it, but the government can't. We can do it, but they can't.
There's a certain level of irony there, isn't there?
It really is.
But in any case, I think it's absolutely wonderful. And by the way, donorschoose.org. And since we do have a bunch of Utah teachers with their wishes on the site, it's definitely worth going and taking a look at it. Maybe it's something that your office wants to do, or your group of girlfriends, you want to kick in some money, because I think it's spectacular.
All right, so time for another qualifier. We're going to do Christopher's Prime Steakhouse with chops, and the side dishes are incredible.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is to go and make a mention of this right now, and on Friday we draw the winner.
Now, this isn't really complicated, because we're not bright enough to actually pay attention to any series of steps in a contest. So all you have to do is say, like, Christopher's, or I like steak or something. That's fine. And you can do that on the Get Part Daily or the Get Part Approved Facebook pages, or if you're with us on the Todd and Erin page, just drop it right now. That automatically enters you. You don't need to do anything else. And then on Friday, we draw somebody else. So it's just that simple. We just want to take care of you, and this is the best possible way that we can think of.
All right. Coming up next.
Yes.
Erin's passion, a hidden passion that I did not know. Well, I did a little bit. Some of you will be amazed, and that's coming up next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by UtahCreditApproval.com. Bad things happen to good people, but you can get your credit back on track and get a reliable automobile by giving them a call. 801-404-7201. And also by Columbus Travel, with spectacular deals on cruises and all-inclusive vacations. Go to ColumbusVacations.com. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, where they have a winter special that they can check out your furnace and make sure that it's operating efficiently, saving you hundreds of dollars in energy bills. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Did you know that you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, and GetPartDaily.com any time of the day or night?
Oh, look, you see the buds on the trees. Look
Welcome
at the buds.
back.
Do you see the buds on the trees?
The Buds on the Trees Cam brought to you by Brio Technologies, your experts in lighting, sound, and video. You can go to brioaudiovisual.com.
For the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to satisfy Erin's driving need to kill weeds. And I actually went down and I actually bought, there's this set of weeds that are growing in the driveway, and they're big now.
And you know, it just infuriates you. Every time you get out of the car and you do that thing where you go, okay, I'm going to get rid of these, I'll pull them or I'll kill them or something. And we spent all this time last year doing the parking strip and making it pretty. Now it's covered in...
So even the other day, I said, you know what? Because it was snowy and stuff. It doesn't work when it's snowy. You got to wait till it starts growing. I went to the store, actually put it in the cart. They didn't check it through. I got home. I went, guess what I have for you? Nothing.
Yeah, but somebody in the parking lot of Smith's is now enjoying a free thing of Roundup, and I think that's helpful.
This is true. And some butter. Why is it in the same bag? I have no idea. So today's the day.
Yes, because we have 3 clear days before it rains again.
Right. Are you excited?
Yes. I am waiting for all of the weeds to absorb the poison and go down.
To all the families of these weeds, I say, I'm sorry.
Really?
Solar.
You're apologizing to the weeds?
Just trying to get into heaven, hon.
I can't even get you to apologize for not flushing the toilet, and you're apologizing to the families of the weeds.
Okay, let's back up for a second. Zacky's the one.
No, that's in the children's
Right?
bathroom.
All right. So
In your
let me
bathroom.
say this. Like, you want to know this? Well, you're going to hear it anyway. So the deal is that the doors on our house are fairly hollow. And so when I get up in the night and I do that...
Oh, it's for the children.
No, it's not to wake you up.
It's
No, I swear to God, this is why it happens. I do it so you don't wake up. I sneak into the bathroom and I sneak back into bed.
You are very
How's
sweet.
that feel?
No, you are very sweet. Although I would like to point out that I actually had to move stealthily out of our master bathroom because I couldn't take it anymore. I go in once a month with a flamethrower and that's it, because it just seemed like it was better to save our...
Don't
save our
even
marriage than-
think about it, lady. Oh, ew. All right, so let's move. And that after all the glitter, really? We're going to show you the video of the glitter.
All right, this is awkward. Now, you know, solar, we're all excited. I think a lot of people have tried it. There has been fantastic tax benefits, and a lot of times you can sell the power back to the power company.
May I?
Yes, please, dear.
So I've done the investigation on solar for the last 20 years.
You have been intrigued.
And the fact that they sell packages, like if you have a cabin someplace, they sell you a winter-summer package where you go out, because in the winter the wind blows more, so you have a turbine. And then during the summer, there's more sunlight, so you do that. And so you have a battery bank, and you can do it, and you live totally off-grid. And how freaking cool is that? And then they come in with the residential, and basically what they do is you have no battery block. You basically take the energy and return it back to, when you're not using your electricity, you return it back to the system, and you get credit for it because the meter runs backwards. So as opposed to having a big battery bank in your house.
That's very cool.
All right, so.
Well, unfortunately, there was a new incredible device, and the Utah Solar Energy Company was selling it. Now, this is Raw Power.
Who was selling it?
It's RA Power-3 LLC.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, and Neldon Johnson and Gregory Shepard are the owners, CEOs. And they said these are thermal lenses that will power your entire house. These things are a miracle. They are revolutionary.
And they're lenses.
And there'll be fantastic tax benefits.
That go up on the solar panels, I'm thinking.
Except for it has never once generated electricity and never will. And
Never.
the saddest part is they all knew this back in 2015 when the Department of Justice, Federal Department of Justice, filed a cease and desist saying that no one could actually sell these thermal lenses anymore. Yeah. And they had repeated experts from all over the country going, no, they don't work.
What's the name of the company?
No, they don't work. It's RA Power-3 LLC. And so apparently these guys, up till a month ago, were selling the thermal lenses.
How much did they make?
Unimaginable amounts of money. They didn't put the full amount, but it is apparently into the millions. And they also said that there would be substantial tax benefits, and now the people have bought them, and then they're not tried to put it on their tax return, like, hey, benefits, and they're like, no, those aren't real, and they don't exist.
Here's the other thing: the solar company is always in battle with the power company, the power grid, and this is just my opinion. The power company says that the biggest problem they have is infrastructure. When they have to build new stations and new power generators,
That's what costs the most, right?
the most. So, as opposed to having to do that because people are using less power, right? They still go and penalize the homeowner who has a solar thing, and they're going to say that they're safe for the next 2 years, and then they're going to add more fees to the people who are actually saving energy and helping them not have to build a new power plant.
That does seem like a certain level of irony, doesn't it?
Makes me want to store Spam in my basement.
Anyway,
Put a lookout tower on my house.
Raw Power 3 and International Automated System LLC, they are the products that do not qualify for tax breaks. And it's interesting, they also said that basically these are small pieces of plastic that have been exposed to desert conditions and then fallen to the ground or have been hanging, dangling, and broken from the installed towers. And that's what they've been procuring and saying, this is your revolutionary new thermal lens.
You got to go online. You got to back up everything anybody tells you. You just got to go online and back it up and look for studies and different people and look at the reviews. You do that for a restaurant, much less something you're attaching to the roof of your house.
Well, but if you did get anything installed by that company, you may want to check in with the Attorney General's office
Right.
here in Utah and kind of mention that I was one of those guys, just in case there's any money that comes back. So this is really cool.
Once
Are you ready
again,
for a happy story?
Now I think this is interesting because it's not the internet; it's a paper. It started with a paper classified.
I know, we were always used to, the classifieds used to be like the wealth of stories and the human condition, and you would read the newspaper just to read all this stuff, and now, of course, everything is online.
Obituaries and classifieds are it.
Well, it's pretty intense. Jenna Johnson's 42. She was diagnosed with kidney failure, and she was told that if she didn't find a transplant soon, that she wouldn't live longer than 4 years.
And what did she need?
She needed a transplant. Well, she's a single mom, and she said, I have to live. I have a child. I have a daughter.
Kidney, right? I think it's a kidney, right?
Yeah, a kidney failure. And so she was not willing to bet on the transplant list to find her a match. So instead, she put an ad in the classified section of the newspaper asking for help. Now, it reads, mother of a 12-year-old daughter desperately looking for a generous O blood type, willing to get tested and possibly donate a kidney to save my life. Is seriously interested helping me continue to be a mom to my daughter for the years to come. Please contact me.
Now, this isn't a paper's classified. Where is it? We don't even know how big the paper is.
It was Now Magazine. It was up in Toronto. I'm assuming it was relatively...
So someone grabs it. Someone with common sense grabs this thing and with a heart.
And it was spotted by Christy Nolan. She's 37 years old. She's a yoga instructor. And she felt compelled to reach out to her. For some reason, she went, I'm type O.
Right.
So she reached out, and ironically...
Look at them!
Ironically,
oh my gosh,
they were a perfect match. So they're both currently recovering in the hospital.
She gave a kidney.
This was right before they went into surgery.
What?
And they're both recovering in the hospital now.
They don't know each other.
And it was a perfect match. The doctors say the surgery went great.
God, that made me cry.
And now she gets to live and see her daughter grow up. All because of this adorable Christy.
Is crazy.
Isn't that wonderful? You know, and it's true. There's a lot of things I would be happy to donate, I think. A kidney is that's a big investment.
Well, you have to think also that...
And how beautiful of her to be prepared to do that, because it's a lot to do.
You've got to think, too, that it puts your life in danger with your family and with all the stuff that you plan to do. And so it is more than that's huge.
Well, it doesn't... the procedures are very safe now, and complications are rare. But
it's still a chance.
It's still a big thing.
So you
and how beautiful is she to do that?
Unbelievable. I saw a video yesterday that typified spring, and in Norway, people come and line up. This day it was raining. They have the umbrellas, and there's this asphalt sidewalk, and they have it penned off a little bit, and everyone's on either side, and they're all lined up. And here come the cows out of the barn for the first time in spring. The first time their hooves, you like that word, are off hard surface and onto the muddy grass at this point. And the first time they get the smell, oh my gosh, there were udders flapping everywhere. It was the most beautiful thing. And they were like kicking up and stuff and nuzzling each other. And they're running around, more udders flying and cheats everywhere.
Their hooves.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. But that brings a question. What is the sign that tells you that spring is here? You go first.
It
do you
used to be
think,
the
too?
crocuses. My mom always used to plant all of
Crocuses?
these beautiful crocuses in our gardens. And I would always wait for that first one to come up because that was like, boom, we're almost there.
Right. Except for the fact that crocuses come up when there's still snow because they're like, screw you. I'm going to stay here. And
They're super helpful. Yeah.
Daffodils are the same thing.
For you, what was it?
When I lived in Maine, it was fiddleheads. So I'm going to talk for a second.
Now, I read about fiddlehead ferns in a Stephen King novel. It was about the little girl, I think the girl who loved Tom Gordon. It was about a little girl who got lost in the woods.
I'm so sorry.
There's obviously, because it's Stephen King, there's a supernatural element.
Someone's going to die.
But this little girl who was 9, I believe, saw the fiddlehead ferns and went, I can live. I'll be able to live because these are edible, and I had been taught that. And so the fiddlehead ferns were the thing that saved her until she was rescued.
So fiddlehead, the twisted top, it's a fern.
Okay.
And then it opens up. But when you get it when it's tight and stuff, you can pick them and eat them.
What do they taste like?
Kind of like asparagus, but less bitter. And kind of like earthy and grassy.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because see, the thing is, Todd was desperately poor when he was in college. I mean, he actually shot food to eat. You know, we're at that level. So this is a man who really was highly motivated to really live off the land. And so fiddlehead ferns, I've never tried them.
Sign of some spring. And, the grasses, stuff are along the riverbank. I just remember walking through, little snow here or there.
So you're just like the little girl in the Stephen King novel. That's how
Except
you survived.
Dressed differently and covered with glitter.
That's actually very true.
Sorry about the coffee.
Is there any way to cook them other than like raw, like crunching them raw?
Oh, no. You saute them with butter and garlic. And...
Well, see, anything with butter. You can eat my shoe with butter and garlic, and it's tasty.
You've tried.
I would be willing. But that's, so they're just...
It's a sign of spring. I just saw the article. I went, oh my gosh, how cool is that?
All right, Fink and McGregor. Now, I want to tell you about Fink and McGregor because Jeff Stout, who is our dear friend and who I adore, owns Fink and McGregor. He's neither Fink nor McGregor, but there you go. And one of the things he's always liked is he finds out every possible option of any mortgage ever known in the history of the planet, and he knows them all, and he has the contacts and the information, and he can do it for you in a ridiculously short amount of time, usually less than a month, and not for the tens of thousands of dollars in fees that you tend to get with other mortgage companies or the bank. And he tries to make it as simple as humanly possible because there's no reason to make it more complicated. And as a matter of fact, if you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you can actually do like 4 minutes, do a little quiz. It'll spit out some mortgage options at the end, give you some ideas of what you're qualified for. As a matter of fact, with a credit score as low as 600, you can get a mortgage. And then if you like, someone will call you back within the next business day and get you started. There's, no pressure, but it's an easy way to find out what your options are before you want to dive into the market. So it's fink-mcgregor.com. It's mortgages made simple. All right, coming up, this is pretty cool. Hollywood Connection is coming up, and there's a new film that's about to be filmed, and I'm not sure how the star is even... Are they going to pull him out of his wheelchair or his walker?
What?
Are they going to support him with invisible wires?
It's an old dude coming back.
It's
Best story.
Super old dude.
It's like the Expendables, but really expendable. It's coming.
We'll tell you about it
Next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
All right, welcome back to the Todd and Erin Noon thing.
Hollywood Connection is brought to you by Connect Heating and Air. If you go to Utah Heating and Cooling, by the way, 24/7 emergency service, and this is the perfect time to start looking at your sprinkler system and making sure that it's up to date. They can do that for you. Okay, I'm always happy when the old stars come out and they do things, but sometimes they do the movies that they did when they were like 20 and you're like, okay, you're 8,009 years old now. And it's physically hurting me to watch you do this.
Well, even in Star Wars, right? He comes out and he plays, Hamill.
Mark Hamill?
He plays his older version of himself.
Well, they made him look more weathered. He's not that old. But Sylvester Stallone is what, like 90 now or something?
It's not 90.
Pretty old. But anyway, apparently, now you may remember Creed. That's the one they did in 2015
Right.
with this lovely gentleman. And he is Rocky, but training a hot new young boxer.
Right.
And even then, you were watching him just kind of walk through and going, oh, man, I'm hoping he can get up from that chair he just sat down. They're doing Creed 2 now. So if you loved Creed 1,
Okay, so wait a minute. Let
they're
me get
filming
this
Creed
right.
2.
I'm going to still look at the photo. So Creed 2 would be Rocky training that guy training the next guy.
I guess.
And then he fights the other guy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I guess.
The Expendables I like. I like stuff like that. Clint Eastwood never goes away and comes back, and every time you see him, you just go, that's Clint Eastwood. Holy crap. You know it's the same as Liam Neeson's going to be the same way. Liam Neeson, no.
But he's still young, too.
Yeah, but no
No
plastic surgery, just going to come back and kick some butt.
I'm weathered. I don't care. I
Right.
have a cool Irish accent.
Coming up next.
Okay, yes. Coming up next, this is really weird. How dedicated would you be to a petroglyph site? And think about it. These petroglyphs in here in southern Utah are almost 10,000 years old. What are you willing to do in order to make sure that they're saved? We'll tell you about it coming up. Oh, and first, of course, we have to go to Daisy. Daisy, of course, is in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. I'm sorry, Daisy. She's brought to you by Fink & McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. Also by the Vein Clinic. If you go to theveinclinic.com, you can sign up for a consultation. Do you know that your legs can actually look the age of the rest of you instead of 20 years older because of the varicose veins? And it can be pain-free, and you can recover almost right away. It's incredible. And always Black Friday, 35 to 70% off every day. Hi, Daisy. What's going on?
Here's what's making national and world headlines on Tuesday, April 3rd on Gephardt Daily. Pennsylvania police found more than 1,600 rounds of ammunition and a 9mm handgun while searching the home of an exchange student accused of threatening an attack at his high school. According to police, the 18-year-old student used parts he had bought online to build the gun himself. Investigators said the foreign exchange student from Taiwan, who was arrested last week, had told a classmate not to come to school May 1st because he had planned a shooting spree that day. The classmate told a teacher, who called police. Dozens of civilians, including many children, were killed in an air attack targeting the Taliban in northern Afghanistan. Afghani military officials said a religious school was hit, killing at least 70 people, including top Taliban commanders. The Taliban denies its fighters were present and says the victims were mostly women and children. And new punitive tariffs by China on imported products from the United States, retaliation for fiscal penalties imposed by Donald Trump's administration, took effect Monday. China's Ministry of Commerce on Sunday announced tariffs on U.S. imports, largely agricultural products and metals, saying Beijing's interests were seriously damaged by Trump's March 22nd decision to apply tariffs to imported Chinese steel and aluminium. China's new tariffs affect 128 U.S. products across 7 categories, worth about $3 billion. And time now for the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by our distinguished sponsors at Brio Technologies, Utah's top audio-visual specialists, and also by our brand new friends at Magic Wash, home of the ceramic car wash with outlets in Layton and South Ogden. After a couple of blustery spring days, we're back in the sunshine, but a bit cooler than we were over the Easter weekend. High temperatures Tuesday along the Wasatch Front will hit the lower 50s, but we'll see low to mid 60s Wednesday and Thursday under partly cloudy skies. That's it for now. For more news from across the nation and around the world 24/7, check out GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, my dear Daisy. I so appreciate it. Okay, this is pretty cool. Todd and I were at Magic Wash over the weekend, and there's 2 locations that we just opened up. The brand new one up in Layton. There's also one in South Ogden, and it's owned by this guy named James who's awesome. He's like one of those chemical guys who really digs mixing polymers and doing crazy stuff. And so he's basically was trying to perfect a formula that basically makes the dirt sheet off your car so it stays cleaner longer. And one of the things I adore about these places is they have all these active teenage kids who will be happy to detail your car for you while you sit there and examine your fingernails if you really should want that. And the best deal is if you just get like the monthly wash club, because then you can do as many washes as you want. You're saving a ton of money, and you end up with a wonderful clean car. Now, as a matter of fact, he's so much fun that Todd and I said, do you think we could get like one of those little razor golf carts, put on goggles and go through the wash? And would you let us do that? And he goes, yeah, but I'd have to take out the acid bath first. That's the one he uses to get all the brake dust off the wheels. And we went, yeah, you should do that. But in any case, I mean, he's cool, and it's so much fun to go there because they have the crazy vacuums that are really good. Just think about it. It's Magic Wash. The brand new one's open in Layton, and there's also one in South Ogden as well. Okay, this is a really interesting story to me. Do you want to do it?
I think it's great.
Okay.
Basically, this comes out of Provo. A bunch of people took action in their own hands. The story last week about where was the canyon where the petroglyphs were?
Oh yeah, the beautiful. And this is where that man
Which
carved
one
his family's initials into the wall.
Yeah.
He was caught, by the way.
Was he?
Oh yeah. They went crazy on Reddit with all of this, and
Really?
yeah, they nailed him down. They had all of their Facebook pages up. He owns like a trailer hitch company in Idaho.
Oh, he
or
does,
something.
doesn't he? Yeah, I read that.
But here's the thing:
Well,
petroglyphs
let me say this.
are precious.
Yesterday we said we're taking a guess and saying 2,000 years. They're 10,000 years old. They're 10,000 years old. And people actually, in certain sites, you can actually see where people have chiseled out one so they could take it home.
Which is like so
Or sell it.
wrong.
Or sell it.
So very, very wrong.
So one of the points is down in Provo, they've gotten together, and there is an organization, and it is called is it Utah Rocks?
I think you've got it, don't you? You've got the story. It's right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's called UtahRockArt.org. They got a Facebook page, too, we're going to show you. So Easter weekend, what they did is they closed a bunch of the canyons up there, but for shooting. People go up and target shoot, which is cool, you know. And what they've done is they limited it down to a couple canyons. Unfortunately, the canyons have the highest concentration of these. And they're not even blaming the guys because
They say we just don't think they probably just don't know that
they're shooting
they're
over
there.
their targets.
But the pictures we were showing you are these beautiful, rock art that has managed to exist for 10,000 years and survive that long, only to be blasted apart by target practice. So
and-
they literally brought up their coolers and their lawn chairs, and they were setting up and kind of letting them know where they were,
Right,
so
right.
that they couldn't do target practice around there. But they really have
Well,
everything they're saying here is we're just trying to do education. We'd like you to write to your congressman and maybe ask for more protections for these lands.
Come up and look at them.
But they weren't mean about it. They
But
weren't
no.
trying to like threaten anybody. They're just saying but they were willing to put their own body between.
But it wasn't, you're right though, it was so educational because they said, well, why don't you come up and take a look? And all we're trying to do is, we're not trying to stop you, we're trying to say, okay, let's just focus that
Somewhere
way.
else,
And
yeah.
we can shoot this way and everybody's fun because everybody likes doing that in the weekends and they go out. But the fact is that a 22 caliber bullet that costs 35 cents can take out something that's 10,000 years old by accident. And I think that is like unbelievable. And so these people,
10,000 years.
and they're going to actually, you go to their Facebook page, they're actually going to show you where some are that you can go and learn how to appreciate them and see them and show your kids and all this stuff. And so I just think it's great. You can start at UtahRockArt.org.
I can't help it. I loved some of the pictures, and I was very endeared to them because there were a couple of older gentlemen, and they had their shorts on and their knee socks, and they had their
Right.
good sun hat, to protect them from the sun. But they were sitting there in their lawn chairs with their coolers next to them, and this is what you're seeing here is the decimation of thousands upon thousands of years of art. And so that's what they're trying to protect.
Just educate. They're trying to do education. I don't think anybody out there is thinking that that's what they're shooting at.
I can't imagine
would hope-
anyone
you
would
would hope,
deliberately go, yeah, that's what I want to
Yeah.
do. But it's okay. It's just you're right. You want to make sure that it's not destroying something that's precious.
And I think about this. I went out to the desert with some friends. This was 3 or 4 years ago, and one of the guys had one of the 50 cal sniper rifles, and it's like, wow, and the shell's like this big. And I said, what should I aim at? And he goes, that rock formation. And I go, which rock formation? He goes, the one 3 hills over. And you're like, okay, I don't know what's on those rocks, do I? But that's what I shot at. And so you just don't know. And by the way, it was friggin' cool.
You can see it on our YouTube channel if you'd like to look. It's Todd and Erin Collard.
So anyway,
All
I
right.
thought that was a good educational thing. And
I thought it
also
was
give
cool.
you places to go this summer to go check out some of these and teach your kids how cool it is.
All right, coming up next, you've noticed once again that Todd is coated in glitter, and I've got one piece right here that keeps shining in the lights in the
We're going to
studio.
find
It's
out
making me
why.
nuts.
We're going to find out
We'll
why.
tell you why.
Yeah.
Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
All right, welcome back. Todd and Erin morning thing in the afternoon. I don't know.
I'm sorry, and thank you for all the suggestions. And by all means, if you have more, please let us know. We
Keep
can't
going.
think of a good afternoon show name.
But they're starting to get ticked off, so we got to do it. Last night, I mean, it started when? St. Patrick's Day. No, it started.
It started for
Christmas.
Zoe's. It started
Christmas.
Zoe's birthday, really.
Christmas, New Year's, Zoe's birthday, glitter everywhere.
Valentine's
glitter.
Day.
I'm covered with glitter. It's like I said, I either went to a strip club or a kid's party.
I'm hoping it's the latter, just for my peace of mind.
But if you want to make your kids' party exciting, never mind. And I never liked it. And this is the micro stuff, and it's everywhere.
You can't vacuum it up. You can't wipe it up. It just
I took
stays
2 showers.
everywhere.
You got it in your hair, and you're.
I've washed my hair twice. Yeah.
You're kind of sparkly, which is nice. Just
I'm
don't
like
touch
Edward
me.
and Bella. It's great.
Yeah. So anyway, first of all, I want to thank you for watching today. We're going to leave
Please share us
you.
with your friends. We love you so much. Also tell them to enter for Christopher's Prime Steakhouse. Yes, annoy other people with our show, won't you? We'd appreciate that.
Yeah, that would be great. So thanks for sharing. And I'm going to leave you now with Erin's revenge of the glitter. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
I know what she's doing because there is a trail of this throughout the house. I knew it. 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 I knew it.
Really?
I don't think you realize what you have done to our household. These eggs that you did for
They
Easter.
initially seemed like a really good idea because they were like $1, and I thought, okay, I can take them in and I'll put the kids back in Zoe's like big toy in them, and they're
Right.
easy to find. And,
Yeah.
And then they're next to impossible to open up, and then they're next to impossible to close.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get them close. So
Have you not noticed? Put this down. This is a weapon of war. Have you not noticed your shirt?
Okay, wait.
Have you not noticed your mouth, your eyes,
Okay.
your hair?
Wait.
It's in your hair.
You dare judge me?
Yes.
You're wearing lobster pants.
Awesome lobster pants. All right, so
Lobster pants with glitter on them.
Did you really just do that?
There you go.
Oh, stop!
Now all of us are covered in glitter. We're gonna sparkle just like a unicorn.
You know I can't ever sleep with you now. I cannot share a bed because that will never come. I'm soiled.
Yes, you are, and it will stay that way.
Why?
Because glitter is like the herpes of craft supplies.
Oh,
You just can't get rid of it. I have accepted my fate. Accept yours.
here, you hold this. I'm gonna go jump off the balcony.
Such a crybaby.